Oh, hi, Hom.
I don't... Hi, Llytic.
No.
I was trying to figure... I
did not hit it. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, Llytic just showed me some clips from this movie called The Room. It is one of the most what-the-fuck things I have ever seen.
I'm pretty sure anyone listening knows what The Room is. You're just really fucking late to the party, dude.
Okay, I guess I'll just keep living under this rock or whatever.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
I could have lived my whole life happily not knowing that something like that existed.
Yes,
but no,
is your life now better?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
I'll just take your word for it.
This is What Are We Reading? We're
back with more Atlanta Nights, but you probably knew that by the thumbnail already.
Yeah. I am not so fucking tired. I feel drunk this time.
I'm pretty tired today, but that's just because I was up real late last night trying to deal with my freaking room, but that's another story.
Yes, but we don't have what happened last time.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of disappointed, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
So, we are on chapter 11. I don't know what that was.
Well, it was a laugh track. I mean, obviously in a sitcom, that would have been considered a joke.
Okay.
Anyway, chapter 11, I'll start us off. The nightclub was the Blue Velvet. It was noisy and hot, and Callie was thinking how the sweat made her look hot. What kind of hot we talking here?
Probably thermal hot. I mean, if anyone's sweating...
I hope so.
If anyone's sweating, my first thought is like, man, you need a fan.
You need a fucking shower.
It depends on the context. But yep, pretty much those two thoughts.
The heat of the Atlanta last night, god damn it, made it even hotter inside. Bruce didn't like the Blue Velvet because it was full of old people who thought it was still a cool place, only it wasn't anymore. He still did think Callie looked hot.
Hey, do you want to dance? He said.
Sure. Got nothing else to lose.
Bruce wasn't hot and thought if he tired Callie out, he might get a better deal on the merging companies. Callie thinks Bruce is studly looking, and she liked to dance anyway, so she said yes.
Why is it always studly?
Because I don't know the answer to that. I was going to try, but I'm not going to.
Wait, shit. They danced for a long time until she says she was tired and could they sit down at a table. Oh God, I'm having Cormac McCarthy flashbacks.
Now she felt really tired, but was sure the sweat made her look really hot to Bruce. She smoothed her glossy black tresses.
Yeah, bloody hair. Didn't put any drugs in the drink, did you? Well, if he did, he sure as fuck wouldn't tell ya.
Yeah.
Until after you chugged it down. Oh, God. By the way, what did I happen to have drunk this, did ya? I'm just checking. I mean, you wouldn't lie to me, would ya?
No. The bartender mixed up something special. I think it was called like Mickey Finn. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely no little pill right there at the bottom. Don't lift your glass over your head to look at it. She thought Bruce might try to take advantage of her to get a better deal on the merger.
Speaking of the merger, Bruce asked, what did you want to do about that? He has to shout over the noise of the band. The band was a retro 80s punk rock band. They were a local group and looked like high school boys. Callie thought one of them looked pretty hunky, but not as hunky as Bruce.
Pedophile!
I was already pretty dead inside from watching that the scenes from The Room. Now I'm just dying even more. Is this how you feel all the time?
Cheap, 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 cheap.
Just
I think it's a good idea, she whispered. What couple's a million?
okay, quick thing. Didn't punk rock not come out until like the early 90s, or am I just imagining things?
I think there was 8. I'm not sure.
Because, well, I think
It's been a while.
I think grunge came out in the 80s, but well, whatever.
It started like early 90s, late 80s. Fuck, I'm gonna have to check now.
Okay, you do that. I'll read the next line. Bruce decided he should think about it and said, I'm going to have to think about it.
Did you want more?
Well, sure, of course I want more. Why would I want less? He really thought he could get a lot more. He wasn't thinking just about that one kind of merger either.
Ah, yes. The merger that involves the dick and vag. Subtlety! It's pretty warm in here. Maybe later we could go somewhere quieter and talk about the details.
Like what kind of details?
Like who'll run the merged company, for one thing.
I sort of thought I would, and you'd be my second in command.
I think we'll have to talk about that, but I think we should dance some more right now.
They danced for a long time.
While they were dancing, Bruce asked Callie about her husband.
Did you wear him out dancing like this?
You mean like did so much until he had a heart attack or something?
Yeah.
No.
Bruce laughed. I almost died once. Okay, now it's getting better.
I almost died once, you know. Well, you know I covered wars.
Well,
I did a lot of research on you before I agreed our company should merge.
it was a car crash.
You're pretty well recovered.
I have some pretty nasty scars, though. I was 16 and I run the car into a pole.
Sometimes I don't speak right too good, but, you know. I'll have to see them sometime.
Maybe later, if we go somewhere quieter to talk about the merger.
She spills her drink all over him. I'm so sorry. I guess we'll have to go now.
Oops.
Definitely not an excuse to make you take off your shirt.
No, it's okay. I could dry it off with these napkins. He wiped at his shirt. He was starting to get hot, and it kind of made he feels cooler in a way. What the fuck? Just
Oh,
no.
yeah, and 80s punk was a thing.
Oh, okay. Huh. All right.
Then again, there was that terrible spin-off of that 70s show called That 80s Show, in which was a punk girl with this massive mohawk, so actually that should have been obvious.
Huh. I didn't know that was a thing. I
Don't
well,
watch
anyway.
it, it's shit.
Yeah, it sounds like shit. Well, anyway, besides, he wasn't ready to talk about details of the merger yet. He wanted to make sure Callie was more tireder first.
Tireder.
More tireder.
More tireder!
Ugh. See that all dry, he said. By the way, I think it's pretty cool what your company does. Transatlantic shipping is pretty interesting.
Wow, that was a really interesting movie. An unfortunate unfortunate truth. Fuck, what was that Al Gore movie? Was it an unfortunate truth?
It might have been an inconvenient truth. That's it.
Wow, that was a really interesting movie, An Inconvenient Truth. I think I'm going to go buy a more fuel-efficient car. Oh shit, flying. Oh shit, exploding hurts. Yes, it will be good to be merged with your software company. I know you make a lot of money with your internet multi-level marketing software. Wait, what? His software is an MLM? That's really concerning.
Yeah. I don't.
An MLM is a pyramid scheme.
Thank you.
Like Butera, or Mary Kay, or drug dealing.
Ah, yeah, okay.
With the money you make from all those people sending you money and from my shipping, we'll be able to take trips all over the world all the time. Besides, she thought he was pretty studly, and if it couldn't work out after a while, they could unmerge their companies too.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're not talking about companies at this point in time, but...
I hope they're not staying inside each other that long.
Yeah, I'm not going to think about that. You're older than a lot of the women I talked to, he said, and he meant it. Well,
Anyway,
that's...
how's your sex life?
God, why?
Can't talk about that, Johnny. My dad said the opposite thing. My dad, whoa, shit.
No, that's weird. No.
My husband said the opposite thing when he was alive. He said I was younger than the people his age.
No shit, Sherlock.
But I learned a lot from him about running business. Nobody thought I could run it after he died, but I showed them. Bruce thinks she has a pretty good body for someone her age. She was probably the same age as his mother, only his mother wasn't very good looking like Kelly. She had a voluptuous body, even if she wasn't twice as old as I.
Okay, so now they're changing the person, what's the... Whatever. Ugh.
The fuck is going on?
I don't know. I haven't known for the past 11 chapters.
All I know is cougars.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring theme in this one.
I complain.
Well, it's getting late, isn't it? Do you think we should stop dancing now and talk about business? She really wanted to get the big deal finished tonight and not have to involve all the lawyers.
Well, I mean, if your sex life involves lawyer, you might want to rethink your life. Right. I don't know. Bruce wasn't sure if he was tired enough. Since she was older, she was probably wiser.
Okay. Not necessarily the norm, but okay.
Come on, Squidward. Old people are filled with wisdom.
I love the young people.
Oh, God.
I'm quoting another SpongeBob episode. The old man who just kept getting beat up because people thought they were that.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, that.
Even though he was well-to-do himself from his software company, she was twice his age and probably learned a lot more about business than he did, so he had to be careful of any tricks she might pull. Are you pretty tired? We could go back to my place.
It's pretty hot in here, she said.
Then let's have another drink. Since you spilled that one before, you didn't get to finish it.
Okay, but just one more.
Could we get another drink? Bruce asked the bartender. She was pretty hot, too, and more Bruce's type since she was younger. Bruce liked her red hair. Callie's hair was black. What? Oh, the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Hair was black, which was okay with Bruce, but he liked red better. But the bartender was maybe exactly 22.
How do you know that?
Maybe exactly. He knew she had to be more than 21 to serve. He thought he should order more drinks than just to have her come over to where they were sitting at the bar.
Here you are.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Callie said too.
And you're welcome too. Bruce liked the way. Oh wait, sorry.
Shit, that's your line.
Is it? Okay. Bruce liked the way the bartender said, "You're welcome," but he was here with Callie and thought he should pay attention to her instead. They were here to talk about the merger. Was another reason.
It's a chance to say you're welcome. Yeah.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I killed an eel. I killed an eel. I buried its guts. Spread it in a tree. Now you got coconuts. What is the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on the breakaway. We could talk. We can merge our offices together.
That might be nice.
Callie didn't like her office all that well. It was on the top floor of the Nation's Bake building in downtown. That's Being Hall's building in Atlanta. The view was good, but she didn't like how long it took to get up the elevator every time. And don't really like my office, she said.
Well, then we can all use my office. His office was back in California and had a lot of plants in it. Bruce thought it was cool that they hired someone to come in with a tank of water to water the plants since they were real and not fake. It didn't look out over the city or anything, but he didn't know what kind of view Callie's office had anyway, so it didn't matter.
What the fuck is going on?
We go to world building, Llytic.
When we go to your place to talk about the merger, when we go to your place to talk about the merger, you can show me your scars. I bet you have impressive scars. Just let me lick those up and down.
From the car crash. Yes, they are impressive. He sipped his beer. I could show you here, but I'd have to take off my shirt, and I think they don't allow that here. He smiled.
Callie smiled too. She wanted to make sure she didn't get too drunk, so she finished this one, which was a scotch, and ordered a beer. You don't get as drunk from a beer. She held her drinks pretty good anyway, because she learned to drink scotches from her husband, who had been a heavy drinker. It was too.
What was?
Too. It was, Tom. Pay attention.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
Bad Bruce was playing hard to get about the merger. He was wondering if she had enough to drink yet so he could get a good deal. She was thinking they were having one of those awkward silent times in a conversation, and she should say something.
If we did merge, what will that do to the depreciation, do you think?
Bruce didn't know anything about depreciation and was now getting worried. You're not thinking about barking out, being you?
No, I don't think so.
The depreciation thing is worrying you, I think.
It's always a worry, isn't it?
I have no idea what my life is anymore. Well, it's different on shipping than on software, I'm pretty sure.
We'll make a lot of money if we merge, though. We both know that.
Bruce stretched. She thought she could see the outline of his scars under his tight black shirt that was the same color as her hair. He was afraid he might be getting tired, and it was probably time to move things along. Merging their companies was going to be a good idea no matter what the objections, and he told her, I think merging will be a good idea no matter what, don't you? He was a little worried about driving because he had his car crash at night like this, and it was when he was maybe a little drunk, so he was hoping he could drive okay.
They would really make a lot of money if they merged. He had done a lot of mergers, and this was going good. His accountant would be really happy with this merger.
Oh, God, wow. Do you want to have another glass of wine, or do you think we should go somewhere quieter? I could hear you in here.
She could hardly hear him either.
So they went back to his place and hammered out the details of the merger inside the papers. That's it, we're all merged.
She toasted him with the champagne glasses.
It wasn't all that got merged that night.
They had wild sex.
Oh, yeah. A++ sex scene.
Well, still better than the way, like, oh, how was it described in my Immortal? He put his thingy in my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time.
He put his boy's thingy in mine, and I got an organism. Wait, what? All right, chapter 12.
Well, here we go.
Bruce Lucent limped out onto the patio in the hot light of the afternoon sun, carrying a tray where a mold of freshly chopped up hamburger gleamed red and wet like a pile of bloody spaghetti.
Ew.
And the tray down on the put the tray down on the glimmering glass patio table with its matching set of 6 wrought iron chairs, where Penelope Urbane sat with her long legs as graceful as the fronds of a willow tree, crossed in a provocative pose that made him think about last night and the passion they'd shared hour after hour, till the turgid light. Okay.
Here we go again.
The turgid, just the swollen light of dawn, folded down over Atlanta like the petals of a bloody rose, and they were both too exhausted to move another muscle. Maybe he thought as they sank into sleep like 2 swimmers that they just won a race across the English Channel. Just maybe things were going to work out after all. Maybe they could get it together at last. Seeing her now as beautiful and fresh as a sunny morning in May, even though it was August, his heart skipped a bat.
Hey, babe, Bruce offered. Want to grill some hamburgers? What the fuck? Oh my god.
The happy expression fell off of Penelope Urbain's finely featured visage. She had become Skeletor.
Yeah!
Must help me defeat He-Man!
I must defeat He-Man!
She pressed her slender hand to her moist red lips and shook her lustrous red hair back over her shoulders, bouncing like a vibrant mane of a thoroughbred horse.
Is that meat? She gasped, her eyes the color of a warm blue sky in springtime falling onto the tray. Red meat? Oh my god. It's not that big of a deal. It's hamburgers.
Yeah, babes. Bruce affirmed proudly. Bona fide 100% sirloin.
Penelope fluttered, her cornflower blue eyes still stuck to the tray. It's really grisly. That is a pet peeve of mine.
What?
It's gristly. People will all too often say grizzly.
No. Grizzly tends to mean like visceral.
No. That's gristly. Gristly.
Okay, think about it this way. Language is a fluid. It's organic. And as people's speech patterns change, so do the words. No one says a gristly murder scene because that sounds fucking stupid. They say a grisly murder scene.
Yes, but it's still the word
No
spelled
one
out like
fucking uses it as gristly. Because that is a fucking tin car pile up on the tongue.
it's not that bad.
Grizzly flows better.
So do a lot of things, but still.
Grizzly just ends up sounding like you're trying to choke out the word.
I mean, grizzly. That's how you.
Grizzly, gristly. Which one flows better?
It's kind of it's just a pronunciation thing.
That's how language works. Language works in that what flows better is typically going to be what's used.
Fine.
That's one of the ways that you can kind of tell whether or not you're getting the words right in Spanish is whether or not the sentence flows correctly.
Yeah.
Because that's what affects a lot of that.
Yeah. Sorry about going off. Let's continue.
Funny, you don't like hamburgers? Bruce wanted to know, crestfallen. That beef is chock full of protein. You gotta get your protein, bro. Hi, I'm Chad Thundercock. Now, it's totally okay if you are vegetarian. There is nothing wrong with that. But just remember that you do need to have protein in your system. So, if you aren't going to eat meat, what is a good idea to eat is various kinds of nuts, legumes, or beans.
Yeah, beans are a great way.
Make sure to keep yourselves healthy, folks. This has been Chad Thundercock, signing off. Bruce grinned contagiously. And we could both use some protein after last night, you know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, know what I mean?
Oh, God. But don't you remember, Bruce? Penelope reproached, her sapphire orbs now grasping his. Ew!
She grabbed him with her eyes?
She grabbed his eyes with her eyes. How is that possible? I'm a vegetarian.
Now remember to have some protein supplements on hand if you don't eat meat. It's just to make sure that you remain healthy.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Chad Undercock's Tip of the Week.
Mm-hmm. Also, don't be an asshole about being a vegetarian.
Well, obviously. Even if you're not vegetarian or vegan, if you like the taste of tofu, that's all right. There's no shame in that. And if you are vegetarian, don't shame non-vegetarians for eating tofu. That's kind of a dick move.
That's hypocritical, is what that is.
You have not seen that Facebook conversation. Oh my god. I just prefer tofu to the taste and texture of some meats. I still eat red meat. I'm just not.
Hey.
God. Bruce's lungs ricocheted with shock. What? Causing him to let out a gasp, and remorse swept over him in a stunning tide. Darn, he exclaimed to himself. How could I forget that? I don't
know.
Like an asshole for forgetting the fact that my significant other is vegetarian. How the fuck do I not remember that?
Well, babe, Bruce stumbled. I'm really sorry. I guess I should have picked up a carrot or something while I was at the store. Oh my god, that makes you even more of an asshole, man.
Yeah, I should have just got you a carrot, babe. You know, some rabbit food.
Oh my god.
It's okay, honey. Penelope tried to smile forgivingly, but he could see the betrayal in her limpid azure eyes, exactly like he'd said it out loud. I'm not really all that hungry. I'll just watch you and Isidore eat. He is coming, isn't he?
Oh, so that's why she cheated on him with Isidore, because he forgot.
Isidore remembered she was vegetarian.
Yep, and Bruce forgot.
No, he's right. It's okay. I know you can't eat meat.
He's in right now.
Good. I was hoping he would be, she commented softly.
Bruce Lucent put the tray down on the table. He began to shape the hamburger patties, shaping the meat into round circular shapes with his strong hands. Usually he caressed the hamburger like a lover, loving the way the soft red meat squished yieldingly between his hands and the sensuous sucking sounds it made when he pulled his hands away. Once he got the round shapes just the way he wanted him. I am uncomfortable.
He wants to fuck those burgers, man.
Not too thick and not too thin. Not too wide and not too small. But just right, like the Three Bears, except it was hamburger and not porridge. He was an artist with hamburger. Everyone said so. I am so uncomfortable right now. And you're not helping anything. I like meat too, but not like that.
I'm gonna give this meat my meat. Oh.
You just had to make it worse, didn't you?
Oh, you like that?
No, I do not.
But today wasn't good like usual. The way Penelope's exquisite features had fallen, her eyes swooped down onto the meat, had taken roots inside his brain like the tentacles of a poisonous black spider. What the shit?
I don't think spiders have tentacles.
Unless it's Rom, the vacuous spider.
Yeah, I don't want to meet him. That just sounds like pain.
Is Rom a him? I'm entirely unsure with that.
Who? Rom.
The vacuous spider, Bloodborne.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's a him, but I don't know.
Not the children of Rom. Other spiders with the exact same face that attack during that boss fight.
Well, I mean, it's Bloodborne, so either it's a he, a she, or an it. Well, my guess is with Bloodborne, it probably just reproduces asexually. So it's neither a he nor a she.
Anyway.
Yeah. I let her down again, he berated himself savagely. I betrayed her again.
Why didn't I remember she's a vegetarian? Yeah, why didn't you? He ruminated to himself worriedly. This must be the 4th time I've forgotten. Or is it the 5th? How?
He has Alzheimer's.
But I'm forgetting a lot of things. His thoughts veered off on a tangent. So how many things I can't remember since the accident? Like making hamburgers with my mother. He remembered a lot about his mother. Too much, in fact. The alcohol binges, the beatings, the way she'd sit in front of the TV smoking crack and watching infomercial. The time the cops had to come to the house because she'd set the dog on fire.
What the hell?
He loved that dog. Fluffy, his name had been. And there were times when he'd been sure that he was his only friend. The time she went into his closet and cut up all his clothes. The time she stole money he'd saved up from his crappy evening job at the roller rink and spent it all on nail extensions. The way her fat legs bulged inside her spandex stirrup pants. The way so different from Penelope's slender frond-like limbs. The way she'd cut him down all the time, laughing at him, telling him he'd never amount to anything, never get anywhere in the world. Well, Ma, you aren't laughing now, he asserted to himself. I'm not a pimply wimp anymore. I'm a stud, a rich businessman, with a fabulous house and a voluminous red-headed girlfriend and lots of friends. How do you like them hamburgers? He'd always wanted to shout those words to her fat face, the ugly, fat, hateful face with its garish, caked-on makeup and glittery paste on eyelashes. But she died before any of the good stuff happened, and he never got to yell it into her fat face like he wanted. She choked to death on a cocktail, Frank, while watching infomercial. He'd found her there the next morning, stiff as beef jerky. I remember all that. His thoughts continued, squashing the red meat between his fingers like he was squashing his mother's throat. I remember it like it was yesterday, but not the hamburgers. I don't remember the hamburgers. Why? Sweetie, is you okay?
God.
Came Penelope Ernevade's soft voice, sliding into his tortured thoughts like a cool shaft of evening rain into the fiery heart of hell. You look like you're trying to crush it or something, she exclaimed worriedly. Bruce Lucic gusted a sigh that siphoned from the bottom of his heart and hoisted his thoughts up out of the black, stinking mine shaft of memory. Mom was dead. She'd never laugh at him again. He made sure of that. That part of his life was over. He didn't have to think about her now. Who cared if he couldn't remember the hamburgers? He'd learned how to make them himself. Yeah, Mom, he affirmed, a contemptuous smile squirming over his well-shaped lips. I learned it all myself. Howdy, folks, resounded a cheery voice from inside the house. We grilling yet? Isidore Trent came striding out onto the patio, his washboard abs tight as a drum underneath his skin-tight white t-shirt. His red hair and his ponytail hung down his strong, muscular back like a vibrant mane of a thoroughbred horse.
Thoroughbred hose, actually.
Oh, a thoroughbred hose.
Yeah, those are the best kind.
Isidore, cried Penelope, her soft toes vibrating joyfully. Thank God you're here. Bruce is having a fucking meltdown.
Wow, that was really long. Are you okay? I'll take that as a no.
That was hilarious.
Okay, you're fine then. All right. Is it you?
One and the same, Isidore cried.
It's so good to see you.
Great to see you too, Pen, Isidore exclaimed, turning to Bruce. Say, Pen. Say, Bruce. Great patties.
Bruce Lucen's head gave a stiff nod. He didn't like the way Penelope had said hello to Isidore. Why was she so glad to see him? She hardly knew him, or at least he thought she hardly knew him.
I guess I'll get these on the grill. The two of them didn't, he informed. The two of them didn't seem to notice. He picked up the tray and walked over to the grill. Opening the grill, he put the tray down on the table beside it and put the patties on the grill. They hissed and splattered from the grill while behind his back Isidore and Penelope were talking about vegetables.
What's your favorite, Pen? Isidore wanted to know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Penelope responded breathlessly. I think I maybe lettuce or broccoli. I like them to be green.
Bruce flipped the spluttering patties on the grill with an expert flick of his strong wrist. Inside his chest, his heart, spelled incorrectly, seemed to splutter too. Why were they talking about vegetables, he wondered darkly. Well, Penelope was a vegetarian, but he'd never known that Isidore cared about things like that.
I'm an artichoke man myself, Isidore declared. Give me a good artichoke anytime, you know. His confident voice kicked down a notch. It's the way you have to peel them, one leaf after another. And by the time you get down to the heart, the soft, warm, luscious, steaming heart, you're ready. Really ready.
Isidore, Penelope fluttered with her soft voice. I didn't know you were so poetic. That's not poetic!
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Yes, I
There's
am.
a lot of things you don't know about me, Pin. Isidore asserted confidently. Lots of things.
This is wrong. But Bruce's thoughts told him it was all going wrong, and he didn't know why.
It's done. Everyone betrayed me. I fed up with this world. Bruce Lucent piled the now overcooked patties back onto the tray and carried them over the patio table where Isidore and Penelope were now laughing heartily at something Isidore had said. He banged the tray down on the table, the glass making a ringing sound that echoed the ringing that was sounding in his ears, a ringing of fury, a ringing of despair. He was losing her, but he knew it. The last night had been an illusion. The brief spurts of happiness, that was all. Some brief spurts of happiness, that was all. Hadn't meant anything, not to her. It was all going wrong.
There, he growled, his tone of voice betraying his deep-seated anger. The burgers are cooked.
Penelope drew back from his rough behavior, her lovely face shaping itself into puzzled lines. Her eyes looked like jigsaw pieces, as did her mouth.
Oh, God, that's horrifying.
Honey, she ventured, you sound so angry.
I'm not angry, Bruce denied, pulling out his wrought iron. I'm not angry. Just that's like the
You're tearing me apart, Penelope.
You stay away from my girl. This is turning into that movie, like seriously. Pulling out his wrought iron patio chair with a clatter, he hurled himself down onto it, his actions contrapunting his wounds. He shoved the tray... What?
You said wounds. It says words.
Ow. Yes, it does. His actions contrapunting his words.
There, makes so much more sense.
Yes, it does. God, kill me. He shoved the tray towards them. Go on, eat them.
But I'm vegetarian. Isidore surged to his feet, his rock-hard muscles rippling and his red tail bouncing. I don't think Penelope wants to, he barked.
Oh no, Bruce shot back, and how would you know?
Because Isidore tilted forward, his eyes clutching Bruce's like pinchers. Oh, God.
Oh, he's doing it too. Wait, is this a redhead thing?
His tone low and menacing. I know she's a vegetarian, which you, my friends, seem to have forgotten. You and all four of your personalities, Bruce.
Yes, actually. Penelope let out a soft gasp. Bruce sat like a statue turned to stone, feeling despair engulf him like a black blanket of horror dragging itself over all his senses. Isidore is right, he acknowledged to himself in heart-rendering misery. I did forget. It's all my fault. I fed up with this world.
I fed up with this world. I did not hit her. His bullshit. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
They're just like sitting there on the roof. Like
there's just like a backdrop of a city skyline like hung up behind them.
Hey.
Where's my money, Dennis? Ready to go, Pin? Isidore demanded masterfully.
I guess so, she hesitated.
Isidore gave Penelope his arm, his rock-hard biceps bulging under the sleeve of his white t-shirt like potatoes in a flour sack.
That's not flattering, honestly.
His arms were filled with cellulite.
He was a vegetarian, too.
Hesitantly, she took it. Together, they strode out of the patio and vanished into the night, leaving Bruce sitting forlornly at the table, staring at the hamburger patties on the tray, smoking like the charred ashes of his dreams, while inside his head he was listening to his mother's laughter. You were right, Mom. I'll never amount to anything.
Jeez. Okay. Second chapter, correct?
Yeah, that was the second one.
Okay. Wait. Oh, there are 2 chapter 12s. Okay.
Oh! Shit! Yeah,
What?
yeah, there are.
Yep. Let's see here.
That's gonna be funny next week. What chapter are Zay? What chapter are we on? We're on chapter 12. All right, I'm there. The second chapter 12. Wait, what?
Let's see. I'm gonna try to figure out how to bookmark this. I'll figure it out later. Well, there are 2 chapter 12s. Hooray! This book is just getting more and more insane, and I'm actually starting to enjoy myself a little bit.
Deja vu. I feel. I remember this place before, lying on the street. Oh, God, I need to listen to more Eurobeat.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, I'm gonna step on the gas. Tonight I'll fight and be a lover.
Okay. Anyway, shall we sign off?
Yep. I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
This has been What Are We Reading? See ya.
Bye.